All right, today we're going to be talking about present system passive verbs. So, the very first place we have to start is looking at the conjugation of a verb, okay? We need to know the conjugation of a verb in order to figure out what kind of endings we're going to add. So, if it's first or second conjugation, verbs that have the ORA endings for the first and second principal part, or the AOA for the first and second principal part, are going to take bombas bot, bobis bit, and in the passive, bar, baris bater, and bor, baris bitter. Okay? If the verb is, on the other hand, a third or fourth conjugation verb, ones that have o ere for the first and second principal part, or eo ire, then they're going to take some different endings. And we can't forget about third io verbs, which have qualities of both third and fourth conjugation verbs. Okay, let's move on to what we're probably most familiar with, first and second conjugation. We always need to start with the present stem. No matter what tense, that's our base. For the imperfect, we would add the endings bar, baris, bater, bomber, bomini, banter. And for the future, we would add the endings bor, baris, bitter, bimmer, bimini, bunter. And again, those are verbs that are o-are or ao-are. Third and fourth conjugations start just the same, with our present stem as the base. But there are some differences in the endings. For the imperfect, we're going to have a bar, a baris, a bater, a bomber, a bomini, a banter. It can be a little tricky to differentiate between a second conjugation imperfect and a third conjugation imperfect because they both have a long E before the infix ba. The way you can know if it's second or third conjugation is by memorizing the dictionary form. All right, and then on to the future. For the future, we are going to have, instead of bobis bit or bor, baris, bitter, we're going to have ar, aris, ater, amer, amini, enter. Now, pay special attention to that second person singular. The E has a macron over it, which is going to be really important when we take a look at present tense for third and fourth. All right. So, the easiest way to do this is to look at paradigms or patterns. Okay. So for third conjugation, we are using the word duco. We have ducor, ducaris, ducator, dukimmer, dukimini, dukunter. For fourth, we're going to use audio, audior, audiris, auditer, audimer, audimini, audiunter. And third IO, we're going to use copio. Copior, copperis, copiter, copimer, copimini, copiunter. Okay, the first thing we're going to talk about are connecting vowels. So, for third conjugation, we have to have what's called a connecting vowel because we find the stem of a third conjugation verb from the first principal part instead of from the second principal part like all the other verbs. For third conjugation, present active, our connecting vowels are O, I, U. However, for passives, they're not. Take a look at this verb. Our second person singular is ducaris with an E, and if we're looking at our list of active connecting vowels, there's an I in that place. So, one difference between third conjugation, present verbs, active and passive, is that this connecting vowel, which is I in the active, is going to become E in the passive. So we're going to have O, U for our connecting vowels. Okay, let's move on to fourth conjugation. Now, fourth conjugation, it looks pretty similar to third conjugation, except for a couple of things. Notice that when we have ducaris, second singular, we have audiris. So actually, for fourth conjugation, we don't use any connecting vowels. We just use the I in the stem until we get to the third person plural. We're going to keep that U for the third person plural, so we end up with the form audiunter instead of audinter. Okay, and last but certainly not least, let's talk about third IOs. Now again, third IO verbs are going to share characteristics of both third and fourth conjugation. So, like fourth conjugation verbs, the stem of a third IO has an I at the end of it. However, like third conjugation verbs, in second singular, instead of an I, our connecting vowel is going to be an E. So, Third IO verbs actually only have two connecting vowels. First, in the second singular, the letter I from the stem copy is replaced with just the letter E, and we have the form copperas. And then again, for third plural, we're going to have the connecting vowel U, making the form copiunter. All right, thanks for watching.